Hello and welcome everybody back to the Dumbass class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, and my lovely players, who I will be putting through some stuff today. As we continue our tabletop RPG series of Warhammer Fantasy's 2nd edition, the City of Nuln. So in the last episode, our warband members had managed to capture the charlatan. They then hired the dungeon in the dragon and began to torture him to get information out of him. After realising there were too many chefs in the kitchen, the warband disbanded a little bit, doing their separate business, as Caspar, Livia, and I believe Ragnar. Ragnar, were you there? I don't think you were, actually. No, you weren't.
No, I went back to the pub.
Blackhand was there, though, wasn't he? No, he wasn't.
No, he went back to the pub as well.
Yeah, it was just Livia and Caspar. Tortured the poor charlatan.
For a while.
That was it, Carla. Sorry, Carla. So forgetful. Or unrememberable. I'll leave that for the audience to decide.
Oof.
After a few hours of hideous torture, the charlatan gave up his secrets. One of the warband members decided that he wasn't the person they were looking for. And decided that after acquiring the information that he had, that he would send him on his way, taking him to the... bollocks. I remembered the name, and now I can't remember it. Is it the Morning Gate? The Dawn Gate? The...
It was the X8, I think.
No, it was the High Gate, because it's open all hours. After taking him to the High Gate, he then watched as the charlatan walked off into the darkness. And then returned to the dragon. Oh, sorry, no, it's not.
Wait, where's
It can't be X3.
Yeah, yeah, because X3 is the intercity, man.
Yeah, it's
intercity gate.
Intercity
So
one.
it's either X1, X8, or X6 or X7.
Oh, Jesus
Because
Christ.
these are the perimeter. Because these are.
Oh
the
no, then it would be either Griffin Gate or North Gate, because not all the gates are open all hours, so it would be X1 or X2. Sorry, no, X1. Oh, it's Griffin Gate or North Gate. So yeah, you went out X1. Over here.
That was X1.
Over here.
Ah.
Soon Raccoon is assisting.
God damn it, I
It's on
think
the
I fucking
Nuln
leg
road.
tax.
And then he returned.
I mean,
As
you'd have to pay leg tax either way, I think. No, not if you.
Not to get to the gate. Just walking up to a gate, I don't think pays leg tax, to be fair.
Yeah, but
4
either
more
way, you would
coppers,
have to
6 more
cross.
coppers, because you have to pay for when you come back.
Oh shit, yeah.
So it is the evening of the 8th. It is around 12 o'clock now. It is very late. Most of the warband went off to the Three Crowns to sleep, I believe, but some are still in the Dragon, the brothel that the team have made their local hangout, I guess.
Wait a second. 6 copper? Are those fucking 3
You're-
legs?
You're paying for him.
Ah. Fuck's sake, give him money, you can fucking at least pay from your own
Yeah.
fucking thing.
He'd be paying twice though. Once for X2 and once for X1. Right?
Oh shit, yeah, you're right. I have to pay for him leaving.
Oh yes,
Both
yes,
of
you
us
have to
getting
pay.
there. Him leaving, and then me
So
coming
8
back.
copper.
So, god damn it.
Ah,
Oh no, my pennies. What will I do without my pennies?
I know it's
I
such.
don't know. What will you do without your penis?
It's such a. It's such a small
Come on,
price, but
low-hanging fruit.
it's an annoying one, so that's why it's been kept.
Hey, at least it gives you more weight to work with, you know? Because money actually weighs things.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Casper, you actually arrive at about 12 o'clock.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, he's
Perfect hunting time.
So would you go back to the brothel, or would you go back to the Three Crowns and call it a night without telling?
a brothel.
Fair enough. Then we catch up. The camera zooms in behind Casper as he's pushing the door open to the brothel.
I need
To
go
the
back to the
underneath part. So
basement,
he's opening the supply door around the back of the dragon and going down the stairs.
Gonna go back in the dungeon. Take a look around, make sure all's cleaned up and nice. And then tend to the grisly task of getting a bite.
Olivia just stands there in a corner, smiling.
God fucking damn it. Stood here the entire time while I went off and threw a guy out again.
Yeah, I think she hasn't moved.
Plant
Okay.
form.
There you go.
I'm going to have another
Here's the
attempt
warrior.
with the music. So if the music is a bit odd, I will be removing it. Don't worry. So Casper, you go down to where the corpse was. Are you just going to bite in and try and drain what you can out, or are you doing another method?
I'm gonna stick with my usual method, and we've got a big fucking rack and wall, not wall, but
You've
What
got
do
a
you
thing
want?
to hang him. You've got a thing to hang him from. It's not off a wall. It's from like the ceiling to the ground. There are restraints
Yeah.
for the legs.
it's like a rope tie fuck thing, but we're gonna tie him up and make it into a temporary slaughterhouse.
Okay.
It's probably not the most dignified place to put a guy, but who gives a fuck? He attacked us. Self-defense to death.
Okay, so you want to essentially drain the corpse like they would drain an animal.
Yeah.
That's
That's good use of my mug and the cask. Is it a cask? No, it's not a cask. It's a fucking
Wine
jug.
bottle?
You gotta get me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I do have a wine bottle too. I picked it up in the fucking pub. Make sure I have that. Okay. Who's dying?
No idea.
Mm.
Someone's like eating their microphone.
Unit?
Yeah.
But
You alright
mine.
that unit? Yeah.
No, I don't hear it.
Oh, okay. Speaking of don't hear it, that's you speaking.
no. I was reading something up.
Okay.
So
Okay. Just making sure.
you are in the basement of a bar and brothel. So I'll give you that you can probably see that there are bottles around where they've brought them down here, because in the old world, like in some other countries, the glass is reused. They just send the glass bottles back and they get refilled and brought back. So there are a few bottles that you could acquire. He died a while ago. As you hang the body up, and you don't know much about slaughtering, but then you remember that Aurelia did actually show you once in the woods, and
Yeah.
you do what she did, kind of. So you do have the torturer talent. You are desecrating a body.
Isn't she still upstairs? I could,
It's
go
not
and get her.
It's not the first time I've done it, to be fair.
True.
Yeah, Lydia's gonna step out and go upstairs.
Please don't.
So
I need help
okay,
in case I
so
couldn't see him.
how have you hung the body? Is it upside down or is it right way up?
I suppose it have to be upside down, going by a throw?
Okay,
no, that'd be-
no, this is fine. So you attach the handcuffs to the legs, and you pull the corpse up so it's upside down, giving it a couple of moments whilst you put pans underneath and get your bottles ready. You slit the throat, and the blood begins to. Let me just. No, I
like
think
a-
it should be okay.
Congealed noise, isn't it?
It's not flowing out, but it's after 11 hours after death that it kind of fully coagulates from
Okay.
what I'm reading here.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so it's not completely coagulated, it's just thick.
yeah, it's coming out chunkier than what you'd expect, than what you saw with the stag that you brought down and slaughtered. If you'd like to roll me a 1d5 plus 1 to see how much blood you can actually get out of the body and into the bottles.
Okay. Hey!
So you get enough blood to fill up 6 bottles. You are still making blood rot wine, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So this time you're able to add more blood into the bottle. You're doing about half, maybe a little bit over half, filled with blood, and then quickly filling the rest with wine from one of the bottles that I'll say you were able to snag from outside or in the storeroom that you're right next to. Each bottle from now on will give you 2 days worth of food, basically.
Okay, sweet. So, 6 bottles. Was it 6 bottles, you said?
Yes, 6 bottles.
Okay. To celebrate, I'm gonna have one now. Because God knows I need it. I don't want to go fucking apeshit during the big event tomorrow.
Sure. So I'd like you to roll a 1d100 to see how much blood is in here.
Pardon?
I'd like you to roll a 1d100 to see how much blood is in the room. Like with the torture and the bleeding of a corpse and, you know, just to see how much the price...
We didn't do that much, like, cutting and stuff on the...
Well, you chopped his finger off.
Yeah, but I like the blood out.
Off the tip.
Just the
fuck.
tip.
So as you look around, the burning of flesh and the twitching and throwing of the charlatan himself has left burnt flesh and melted fat on the actual side of the machine that he was tied to, where he was thrashing about. There's a lot of grossness actually on the machine, and as you look now where you slit the throat of the man, of the other person, your knife collected some of the blood and splayed that around, and well, you did bump the corpse so it was swinging a little, and
Oh, God damn it, wasn't as elegant as I hoped.
would you like to spend some time here cleaning up and trying not to have to pay the 10 gold? No.
Yeah.
Was it 5 gold if it was clean, 10 gold if it was dirty, and 50 gold if it was like they knew nothing?
No. It was 10 gold clean, 50 gold dirty, and 500 no questions asked.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, I'm definitely going to spend some time cleaning up.
You know, for some reason I put that under names for the dragon. Okay, cool. So it takes you around half an hour. There's more than enough water facilities and cleaning stuff for you to quickly nip into the kitchen, grab some towels, come back out. And as it's getting late for the old world, most of the clientele are gone. There's only a few still upstairs, so there's a lot of things being put away, and cleaners are cleaning things downstairs. So you can do that by all means.
Okay. Sweet.
Give me more time. Excellent. So it's about 1:45 at this point.
Okay.
So as we go upstairs, Aurelia and the rest of the party, wherever you may be, except from Livia, who's with Casper, would you all be back at the 3 Crowns asleep, or would you be up waiting for the news of what has happened to your captive?
I think Ragnar
I
would
will
be,
follow the group.
Ragnar would be up and waiting.
Carla would also probably be waiting, but by like 1, she would be starting to drift.
Okay, I'll just accept that you're all basically in the dragon, waiting for news of what has happened. Can you all please remove 5 silver? As you've been having a few drinks, a few snacks, whilst you've been waiting. Unfortunately, you can't just sit in a brothel for hours on end without paying at all.
Wait, I thought we were in the 3 Crowns, not in the brothel.
The brothel's where you'll get the news.
No, they went
sooner.
back to the 3 Crowns.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Back to the 3 Crowns.
Okay. Well, still remove 5 silver as you sit there and have a drink, have some food.
Thanks for ruining me having 69 gold.
That's why you should always
Ragnar
keep
will probably
silver and coppers.
A lot of
I'm just
silver.
converting. I'm just converting because otherwise it's just a mess of I don't know how much money I end up having.
That's why
There
there's
is
a total
it calculates it for you. You have a total GC value. In your
Ragnar's probably just sat there with a beer on the table, just polishing his helmet as always.
You disgusting
just
I
the helmet and the
only
girls.
asked for a barrel and been sipping it entire.
A
If
barrel?
you want a barrel, then you're probably gonna have to pay a gold
Just
coin.
flavor text.
That's a lot of alcohol.
How much is this?
A gold.
I'm tempted.
Good.
So that a barrel it is.
Go on, Almy.
Okay, so Blackhand, can you roll for
I
me?
do it slowly.
Can you roll for
So
me
I don't get
consume
drunk.
alcohol? Let me have a look because you should have some. You should have some bonuses because it's only ale.
At least
and
it's
drink.
not from the
And I'm
bucket.
taking my time. Bonus for doing it slowly.
Almy, just let it happen. Just do it.
Dwarf
also-
drinking slowly? Never.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, a lot of alcohol, no matter how much you nurse that.
So
I mean, so for a dwarf.
can anyone off the top of their heads tell me what a routine test is. I think it's a plus 20.
Routine is, I think
Which is
so.
plus 20, yeah.
Okay.
I think so. There isn't only war, but I'm not.
We'll go with that. So you're drinking ale. So can you give me a consume alcohol test with a plus 20? Wait, you are a dwarf. So you can have a plus 10 for racial. So a plus 30.
That's racist.
It's not racist if it's possible. Positive.
It's not racist if it's true.
That too.
Oh god.
Whew.
Okay.
Battle is gone at the end of the night.
Nope, I'm afraid not. Can you give me another one? Exactly the same.
Is this per liter?
Per hour. Okay. Can you give me another one with a plus 20? Okay, so a number of hours go by. We're saying 3 at the moment. I can't really remember. It was like 2 hours of torturing plus an hour of Casper doing shit. So you sit there and you do nurse your keg, Blackhand. You still have a number of drinks left out of it. You get a nice buzz going on. You are definitely not stinking drunk. Or drunk in the slightest.
Tipsy.
You've just got a nice little
Like a
buzz
proper-
going on.
Like a proper dwarf.
So, Casper, basically over to you now as you finish up bottling your wine.
Hmm.
The ancestors' vintage.
You're up, Casper.
I think you called out for me.
Roll initiative.
Did I?
Oh!
No, I never said that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, come on.
You're up,
I was
Casper.
very concerned there.
Party pooper.
I was so tempted to roll initiative just to go along.
Oh. Okay, what do I do? Sorry?
You're up. You finished bottling up your wine. You've just put
Alright.
the last cork back into the bottle.
Have I cleaned up the room too? Or do I
Yes.
still have to do that?
Yes, no,
Okay.
you've done that.
Okay. Is there... I didn't see a sewer access, did I, when I was down here? Probably not in the sex bit, but in the kitchen or anything.
So there is sewer access in the kitchen. God, I can't believe them. So in the kitchen, when you went in to grab the cleaning gear, you would have noticed
Okay.
that much like the kitchen at the Pickled Beet, there is a sewer grate there. And you'd see that it does look like they just sweep rubbish and offcuts and anything that falls on the floor down into the sewer.
Okay. Doesn't lift up or anything, it's just a grate?
It is a grate. You probably have enough strength to be able to lift it up. It's 1:45 now. I would imagine that most at the kitchen stopped cooking at about 12. They've cleaned up. No, we'll let Nuffle have a little say in this. It seems very quiet. as you kind of peer out after putting your wine away, you look around and you don't see anyone. There are still some flickering candle lights where the candles haven't quite burnt all the way down yet.
Okay.
So you could attempt to stick the body down the
Yeah,
sewer.
I'm gonna drag the body and yeet it into the sewer. Strength test to lift it.
What's your strength bonus?
5.
You can lift it easily.
Okay.
It's not like the dirty one that was in the
Dr.
sewer.
Question.
Sure.
Is forensics a thing in Warhammer Fantasy?
Is what?
What the thing?
Forensics.
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 No, but there is magical forensics. There are ways for sorcerer, well, not sorcerers, for mages to be able to detect certain things. If magic was used, for example, there are detectives, but it's more like Sherlock Holmes,
Yeah.
not, taking blood tests and
Not
knowing
the
what blood
white
types
suits.
are. No, nothing
Yeah.
like that.
Not white suits, fucking going down lifting fingerprints and dust in places.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it'll
at
matter
best
too
it's
much,
looking
because if we
over
brought a UV light in here-
the stab wounds and shit to try to determine the weapon, but other than that, like that's about the extent of forensics in the old world.
Bringing
Fine.
bring a UV light into a brothel isn't a good plan, because you're just gonna see
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
you really don't want to see.
Yeah.
Most of the bar staff have nice little goatees they didn't have when they first
If you
turned off the
have
lights.
to.
Stop it. Why?
I mean, he could have gotten worse.
Oh. Okay, so yeet the body into the sewer and go
Yeet.
back, make sure all clean and tidy, and look at Lydia with a big smile on my face, like, all right.
So who am I eating tomorrow?
Hey, I've got 5 bottles. I don't care. I'm good for 10 days now. Well, I'm good for another day or 2 days, and then 12 days in total. Because I just drank one. Good thing about blood is it dilutes the wine. Less
I'm sure
drunk, more fun.
I'm sure Carla would love to hear all about that.
I'll remember to make note of that. Oh god. Okay. I suppose then, turning to Olivia, should we just head back to the group, or?
Yeah, probably. I mean, name Aurelia, still upstairs in the booth. So we might want to check with her first.
Sure. Could always just go back to the pub and go to sleep. To be fair, is she really here, or is she with her friend?
Out of character, I think her friend had a client.
Yes, her friend did. It's been a number of hours. No, she's probably... No, she's probably going to be out all night, I should imagine.
Okay.
That doesn't bode well.
Bodes well for her.
Yeah, you're gonna get paid. And laid.
I mean, it depends where.
Oh, she specialises in ladies only.
Yeah,
So
that was established
she'll be
before.
okay.
Oh,
She's not
yeah.
one of these. She's not one of these ones that's gonna. Well, I suppose she'd probably go with a man for enough gold, but who knows? Maybe she is getting captured.
That's the sound of us accidentally giving the GM an idea.
Aurelia is typing. Oh,
Jim, we
God.
don't appear to be able to. I'm sorry. I guess your friend is just, acceptable casualties. Also, I hear a doggo.
Hashtag
Oh,
bad,
no.
bad things happen to good people.
No good deed goes unpunished.
Is she really good though? Like, do we know her enough to
Ask
say if she's good or
Aurelia.
evil?
I was gonna say, I think Aurelia knows whether she's good in bed or not.
I
So-
suppose yes.
As we get back to the game, Casper, you leave
Wait,
the
from other
dungeon.
game?
You leave the dungeon behind you with Livia following behind. You go upstairs and you see Aurelia sat in a booth alone. Aurelia, can you remove 5 silver from your inventory? As you've had a few drinks whilst you've been in the brothel.
Oh, mic issues.
Ah.
Shit.
Okay.
Sweet, I'm not going to get in trouble yet.
So as you all go up to
Delaying
the
the inevitable, I see.
as you all go up to the as you two go up to the dragon's main floor, you see Aurelia is there, but as you get up, you realise how late it is. You've done combat today, torture, you did other things in the morning, shopping and travelling. You find that you're all feeling very, very tired at this moment. And although you may want to talk about what has happened, maybe instead you all go to sleep.
Jim?
Jim?
Nope.
Jim, what happened? Jim?
Jim, wake up. Stop talking to the whores. Wake up.
No.
Wake up. Why don't you put a little makeup? I don't know the rest.
It's just noises to me, but I do understand.
Insert more Metal Gear quotes. Insert all of the Metal Gear
Oh,
quotes.
you wanted to.
Snake!
Snake!
So sadly, as you all look at each other, the bags under your eyes growing, your eyes feeling more and more tired, you realise that this conversation may have to wait until the morning.
Aurelia sitting alone in her booth, all sad. Gets up. And like, why are we still here?
But
Just to
sadly,
Up
you
the
just
stairs. Aurelia's sitting there, staring ahead, 1,000-yard stare. We can't fucking speak.
You can see a little snake chasing its own tail in her eyes.
I believe she may even be slumped over on the table asleep at the moment, hugging her beer, her ale mug. So Casper and Livia decide, I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll just leave her here and let the girls know that we've gone back to the 3 Crowns.
Unfortunately, you fall asleep and the microphone dies.
Oh, did I hear something?
Hello, test.
Hello!
Hey!
Jesus Christ.
Opa!
Aurelia's asleep. Check your fucking script.
Aurelia,
No, I'm not sleeping
Aurelia
at all.
quickly-
She was wide awake, still
It
waiting.
says so in the
Aurelia
script,
quickly
damn it.
looks up and sees Casper and Livia walking out from round the corner where the dungeon is and kind of wipes the sleep dust away from her eyes.
God damn it, I wasn't asleep. I was wide awake.
Why the sleep? Yes.
Aurelia will look at Casper, Livia. So, what did he say?
Well, we got everything we needed out of him.
Yeah, we know all about his master now and what he's doing. Well, the majority of what he's doing. We know where he is. He's that. He's the guy that owns that manor we came across. Remember where the walls kind of weird? Didn't you? Yeah.
You're
What
right.
happened when you went there?
We went there together, Casper. Anyway,
I thought I asked you to
see-
bring the dwarves there earlier.
The
Well,
dwarves.
I didn't. I told you I wasn't going to do that. I sent them home. I was here waiting. But are you guys leaving the charlatan down there? What did you guys do to him?
Gonna look at you dead in the eye. He's dead. I threw him into the sewers.
I'm gonna
Deceive check, please.
Roll perception.
roll charm.
Yes, sorry,
I'm
charm,
also going-
isn't it? It's not deceive.
Yeah.
Roll all of the bullshit.
Also, out of character, why would you lie to Aurelia?
I'm really
Well, I
not.
think it is
I was
to-
actually. I was more making a joke than anything else. But you really don't want me to make deceive checks.
Okay. I think I roll perception.
Yes.
Do I still take a minus 20?
Not
It's
for this
more-
one, because this is a social.
I'm going to not use fate, but I'm gonna look at Livia and say, "Is he
Or
dead? How did you dispose of him?"
no. Or he has an hour and a half head start of you, and he's in the forest.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
We either killed him and threw him in the sewer, or he has an hour and a half head start into the forest along the Nuln Road.
Would it be kill them? Would it be
You're right.
both of them? Because I'm now very
You're
Aurelia
not
will
there,
narrow.
Albie.
Aurelia will narrow her eyes, look you dead in the eye, and say, "Casper, I need the truth. Where is he?"
Olivia is gonna sigh, and we let him go. It wasn't what I would have chosen, but
Wait,
all
but
we needed out
Casper
of him.
won the charm, so
No, because you
Yeah, but-
remember people. Livia's there, who's seen everything and is an elf, who's
yeah.
basically best buddies with Aurelia. Eh.
Because elves.
And Casper gave her
technically,
two
Casper-
options.
Yeah, Casper also
Yeah.
lied and then said, like, or maybe he's still alive. So Riley's gonna look Casper dead in the eyes and she's just gonna shake her head. She's gonna look at Livia. Is the only gate open still the north gate? I'm just gonna assume it is. Riley's gonna take out a bottle. She's gonna drink it, and she's just gonna take her bow and leave.
Okay, fair enough.
You really want to hunt him down?
Oh, she does. She is pissed.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see Aurelia kind of give stare daggers at you, Casper, as she drinks
no.
her drink and takes off out of the dragon. At her jog.
She's dashing.
Okay, so you're running, sprinting down the road towards the north gate.
Yeah.
Can I follow?
You sure?
Yeah, I was about to ask the same.
You sure? You can all follow. So for the other three of you, for Carla, Ragnar, and Blackhand, you're in the Three Crowns, waiting to hear news. It's getting towards
It's
1
past
o'clock.
3, I would have gone to bed.
No, it's not past 3 yet. So, you're in there just waiting. Sorry, guys. So, the rest of the group runs off. So,
I'm a dick. I'm sorry.
it takes you 7 or 8 minutes to... 7 or 8 minutes? Because sprinting is 3 times... Well, running is 3 times your... So yeah, if that was our walk... Yeah, my brain just went dead for a moment. Yeah, we'll say 8 minutes. It takes you about 8 minutes to get to North Gate. You're all panting and quite out of breath for the moment as you take out your copper to pay your way through the second gate. As you all get onto Nuln Road.
Oh shit.
Aurelia, is there any guard there in the gate?
There are guards on the gate, basically watchmen. Just there's one there who's opening up a small door that leads you through a defensive checkpoint that leads you out onto the road. The whole gate isn't open. It's just a little passenger part, but they will open the gate if carts come along this road.
Aurelia will approach the watchman, and she's gonna say, "Excuse me, did a man with a limp pass by here a couple hours ago? Are they following me?"
Yes, they're following you.
She's going to point at Casp and say, it was with the weird guy over there. Do you know which direction he went?"
Well, yeah, and he points along the road.
Thank you. I'm gonna toss him a gold crown, and I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna start tracking.
The fuck? Okay.
Easiest gold crown of his life.
Okay,
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
you get onto Nuln Road. You can roll a follow trail test if you'd like. I'd probably put a -10 on it because it is nighttime.
I don't take. I have night vision. I can see the dark.
Yes. So never mind that.
And I also drank the thing, so I'm gonna use my fate point, my last one. And I still have the
Lucky charm.
lucky charm. Yes. Follow trail. Son of a bitch! I'm gonna keep going down the road if I can't really follow the trail all that well.
So you can see a number. This is a well-travelled route. So there are a number of footprints, hoof prints, tracks made by carts coming and going, and it's very overwhelming for you to find one set. But you think maybe, fuck it, it's worth a try. You just run off and stay on the main road. Because he's a long way off map, so after another 8 minutes of running, you get to a point where there's a few more there's a few more small dirt tracks that lead off the main road. You can see where one of them that you run past leads up into the forest. There are others that dart off around as you get a bit further along. Can you all, Aurelia, you can do your tracking again. Can the rest of you roll perception? Sorry, Casper and Livia, can you roll awareness?
I'm gonna use the trinket.
And Aurelia, you can also roll awareness. Or sorry, perception.
Oof. Okay.
With
I
the minor?
succeeded.
No longer with the minus. You've left the city and you've got forests around. It doesn't smell and the smog isn't nearly as bad as what it was. So, Aurelia. Aurelia. You find a trail that looks as if it's new-ish. It definitely looks like it's within the time limit that Casper said he released a prisoner. As you look up, you think you could follow the trail. You look further up the road, and it's still on the main road. You all notice... Oh, no, sorry. Livia, unfortunately, you're looking round. This is further out, and as you look round, you're kind of like, there might be some herbs around here I could collect. You don't notice that a wagon is... not a wagon, a cart is coming from out of the darkness along Nuln's road. There appears to be a driver and another person sat in the side seat, and it is enclosed, this cart. Seems to be heading towards Nuln. You're not entirely sure.
Is the track gonna run over Casper and Livia if I don't warn her, or?
No, it's one horse. It's moving quite slowly. It's in the distance now. It's just come out of the darkness. So, you know, once it gets closer, you're going to hear the horse and cart. So, it's not racing down the track.
Is it coming from the trail I just succeeded in finding, or no?
It is, but the trail that you found is still on the main road. The tracks that you found are not diverting off of the main road. It seems as if he stayed on the main road. But as you look up from out the darkness, you can see a horse and wagon being pulled down.
I'm gonna move to the side of the road, and I'm gonna walk forward slowly, and I'm gonna watch as the cart goes by to see if the Charlton is inside the cart. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep following the train.
Okay. As the cart comes further down the road, you can see that the two individuals on the driver and passenger seat are hooded. You can't see their faces. As it comes close enough for you to actually look at the sides of the cart, you can see that it's blanked off. There are no windows. It's completely covered. And as it goes past you, you can see that there's another two individuals sat on the back of the cart, where it's got a door with a wall, and there's no windows leading into that either.
I was gonna take note of the cart, which is gonna keep following the trail, and if for some godforsaken reason the Charlton cut into that car, she's gonna be even more pissed, but she's just gonna keep going.
It is a wooden cart. It's like a box or a box cart made of wood planks. So
yeah, no.
You carry on down the road following the tracks. You've been running now for quite some time. You run for another 8 minutes following the track. So I haven't actually worked out distance to time on this. It's a decent trek.
The thing
It's
is,
now
I'm hoping
quarter
because
past 1.
Okay, I took that thing at 1, so I'm good for that amount of time. Thing is, even if I'm just moving, I'm taking into account, well, at least I'm thinking that he is injured, he's, limping as far as I know, and I am far faster than a human is. So even if I drop down to a jog, I should eventually catch up to him. So I'm
Yes,
gonna keep following
he
the track.
did get an hour and a half head start on you, which is considerable.
Yeah, I know.
So, well, I'm just taking into account you can't keep running.
Oh no, I'm not gonna be running. Even if I'm just moving, like I said, even if I'm walking, I'm still faster than him. So I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
I can keep going for 3 hours without actually needing to sleep.
Okay, fair enough then. So he was to here, and he was moving at, and I said that was 8 minutes. You've done 24 minutes so far. So you think you can still find the trail? Give me another follow trail, but because you haven't lost it, you get a plus 20 onto this test.
Okay. Oof, I needed that.
So you're sure that this is the right? You can see that whoever is walking is definitely putting more weight on one side and is digging their heel into the ground as they move. You go for another 8 minutes. Pushing on. Oh wait, no, you said you were going to go. You would go down to like a jog, basically a quick move. So we'll say half the time then. So you move for another 12 minutes at a jog. You're not entirely sure whereabouts something happened, but you can see the track quite clearly, the twist of the right leg as they're putting more weight onto it. And then it looks as if he's stopped, but in mid pace. You start scanning the area around, and with that was to keep following. Give me another follow trail with a plus 30, because you know where you're trying to figure out what happened here.
Still needed that.
So as you look round, right, so that's where the charlatan must have been. But what are these tracks? And as you look further up, you can see... Okay, so 3 individuals were here. You look on the grass by the side of the road, and yeah, look, the grass here's been flattened down, and it looks like at least one person was kneeling here. Well then, one person was in the road. One person was over there. Was he jumped? As you look over at the trail again, you don't see the signs of combat. You don't see like the just mess of footprints and scuff marks, but his tracks stop. But you do see, no, 2 people walked over to him. But then you look on the road and you see something that has been there and you just passed it up. The tracks run through this area at the side.
So wait.
The wagon
Just like
tracks.
The wagon tracks, right? So
Yep.
yeah. So God fucking damn it. It really is super pissed right now. She's gonna go like, fuck! She's gonna scream loudly, and she's gonna be cursing in Eltharin. Is Casper and Livia still with her?
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably close enough to hear it.
I mean, if you guys were following me, you can hear her. She's screaming out at the top of her lungs. I'm not gonna scream on the mic, but
I think she worked out that he may have jumped on the cart.
she's gonna look at the footprints disappear into the car, and she's gonna like, fuck! And she's gonna start going back to the city.
Olivia just hears her, scream curse words in Eltharin. She's like, what?
What? Lovely bit of accent you put on there.
What's going on here?
Riley's
Language.
gonna look at the film and the fucking charlatan got into a wagon and he's now on the way back to Nuln. We just passed him on his way into Nuln, so he's probably back
Sleazy
inside.
motherfucker.
He's probably back in Nuln, telling his boss just what happened to him. Congratulations. Congratulations, Casper. You're a fucking idiot. And you, Livia, you should have known
He
better.
just killed himself.
He should have been put to the ground
Process.
instead of being let free. And she's just gonna keep going.
Well, we gave him a chance. He passed it up.
Irella's gonna go dead silent. She's still fucking pissed, and she's just gonna keep moving. She's gonna ignore the 2 of them.
Oh, well.
So, I imagine you're walking back after running all this
Yeah.
way. So, it's going to take you an hour and... I think it's like an hour and 6 minutes for you to get back to the gate. And then from the gate, it's going to take you like another 20 minutes to... Oh no, it's going to take you a bit longer than that. It's going to take you half an hour to get... So, at about 2:30, unless you guys want to talk on your way, at 2:30, the three of them walk into the Three Crowns.
Take another 4 off.
I was gonna go to the bar. If there's still a bar made there, she's gonna order an ale and she's gonna sit down and she's just gonna be dead silent.
As we approach the Griffin Gate, I will just ask the doorman, not the doorman, the guard. Where did that cart go?
He looks at you as if that's none of your business.
I like that one.
And it's a different guard, by the way. There's because they're
different guard?
Yeah, they'd have some on the inside and some on the outside. This is an outside guard.
Irella's gonna chuck him at him a gold crown. She's not gonna say anything. She's just gonna toss him a gold crown and say, "Please answer what he's asked."
Well, he points into the city, and then I don't leave this spot.
What?
Thank you. Irella's gonna move inside the city.
Yeah, he doesn't move. He doesn't move from outside the gate. So
It's kind of his job to stand in the fucking gate.
I was going to say we should ask the guy inside when this said that it's a different guy outside. So
Irella's gonna ask the guy inside the gate, and she already
I'll
gave him
throw him a
gold
gold
crown,
coin this
so-
time.
he just points.
Dude!
He just points down the road and is like, I think it might have gone up into one of the alleys. We're not really paid to watch where the carts go, just to ask who they are and inspect them if needed.
Excuse me, but
Who was it?
did you recognize the cart by any chance?
Well, yeah, it's like a prisoner cart, I guess. It's it's nothing. Well, some do trade with them. I suppose gypsies and travelling folk might use that kind of. Normally, it's just used for transporting prisoners, or folk. It's not. You must have seen it. It's nothing special considering where it's coming into. They had paperwork that said that they were allowed to travel and allowed to travel at night, so there was no need to push.
Did you get a glance at any prisoner inside by any chance?
No, it was covered all the way. No windows, no bars, nothing. Well, it serves them rights. They can spend their final time travelling in darkness rather than looking at the countryside, But there was nothing unusual. Their paperwork was in order. Most in that business don't like showing off their faces, so it wasn't unusual for them to be cowed.
Did you recognize the cart though? Like, does it pass through here often?
Every now and then. And carts similar like it. We get a lot of prisoners come through as it's the main city. If local towns can't sort of business out, then they'll come through to Nuln. It's a bit odd for them to be coming through at this hour, but when you need to transport a prisoner, if they're well known and an escape attempt might be made, it's not unheard of. But why? What happened?
Just to give him a nice little smile and say thank you and walk off.
He shrugs and puts the coins in his pocket. Oh well.
Curious citizens. Nothing to
Irelia, I'm assuming Irelia is not going to be spending, the light tax from going and coming back, because a guy outside got 1 gold crown and the one inside got 2. So she's just gonna still pissed. She's gonna move. Whenever she's talking to the god, she looks, nice, kind. But whenever she's not, she's pissed and she's just looking forward.
Fair enough. you are in the city now. If you want to try and hunt him down in the city, you can. It will take quite a long time. Or you can go back to the Crowns and inform the rest of your party what has happened.
Well,
Mm,
we have a big day tomorrow. To be quite honest.
really wants to hunt him down, but she knows at this point it's probably not gonna happen inside the city, and he might have gone back to his, master. So she's just gonna again.
We can
hold
guess
silent.
where the card went, can't we?
Yeah, it went either to the jail or to their master.
Probably
the
to
master.
the estate, I guess.
And we know where the estate is.
Also, this is all out of character because Irelia is not talking. She's
Sure.
just gonna stare straight ahead
mean-
and go towards the two crowns.
So at
Out of
half two.
character, No, never mind. Let's go.
So at half two, Aurelia comes into the bar, saying not a word, looking pissed as fuck. Only speaking to the bar girl, who is currently trying her best to stay awake, as you storm in and demand an ale. She gets you one. Blackhand,
Really,
you've actually
Really?
got 24 pints of ale in a keg.
Not much.
I'm a dwarf.
So
It's
You're still
it's one
gonna
of those
have
small
half.
tourist kegs.
you're still gonna have half of a keg left over because I don't think you can drink 24 pints. Well, I suppose 5 hours you could, but you'd be really pissed. I mean, even as a
I
dwarf.
can try.
That's
Wow,
what the
that is the power of a
I
dwarf.
did roll my consume alcohol.
that's why
Okay,
you have
so-
a
So
tactical chunder.
give me another consume alcohol with a plus 20.
I mean, I've done 12 pints in 3 hours. IRL, so
More than fine.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
sure
we're-
what your target
but-
was there, but that is a success on a...
I mean, Jim,
Why is there a
pints
plus
or were there
200?
pints? Because he had a 200 instead of 20.
59.
So
We
can
target for
I
these
get another one with, again, a plus 20?
Come on, get a crit fail. Just for the sheer shits and giggles. God damn it.
Okay, and can I get another one for the one that you'll be drinking whilst or ones, you may have more than one, and again with a plus 20. Okay, so
I
Black-
feel like I'm burning my gut rolls.
you are.
you failed once, so you still take penalties to some tests.
So you've done 6 tests, so you had, was it 12 pints or 24?
You said
You
24.
said
I said 24, didn't I? So
Yeah.
you're drinking 4 pints an hour. But somehow you're just drinking it as water as you finish off your the last into your keg as the rest Aurelia comes in and demands an ale. And Casper and Livia follow in shortly behind.
Do I get looks from the establishment, or are they just he's a dwarf?
It's too late. It's 2:45 in the medieval periods. You know, most people are asleep by now or doing crime.
You sure took your bloody time, Caspar.
Did you get what we needed from him?
Yep.
I feel like there's a bad coming from the look of Idalia.
Well, the good news is we got exactly what we need as information. The bad news is he may or may not be back in his master's possession.
What?
What? What? How?
Wait, but Didn't he say if he grass, he's dead?
Aurelia has her.
And the way you say he grassed.
Aurelia is clasping her hands together, and she's massaging her forehead with her index fingers. And she's
How-
like, the two geniuses over there, even though it's not Livia's fault, it's mostly Casper's fault because Casper was taking the lead. They decided on their own to let the charlatan go. They let him outside the city, gave him money, allowed him to go off, and then he found a card and got back to the city. They showed a human
What?
trafficker and
Caspar, you have a money spending problem.
Casper, you have
Yeah.
a lack of brain cells problem.
You know what? We'll deal with it tomorrow. I mean, today. I mean, later.
We're gonna have to deal with it sooner.
Yeah, well, tomorrow's our big day, so I don't think
Well-
Humperdinck will appreciate if we're all half dead.
Right now we have business with Humperdinck.
Besides,
so
what he's
We'll
gonna
do that.
do.
And then after that, we have a townhouse to visit.
We should probably be more careful. I mean, if we got him, it's likely that his master will as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We're going to a ball of some sorts with Humperdinck, and
you
guess
think
who's
we're
gonna be there?
Yeah, exactly. That's awfully unbloodthirsty of you. That's an opportunity, like, right?
Casper, remind me to educate you in the way of grudges and how they get paid.
With blood.
Remind me to educate you in a way of selling your ancestors' secrets to the Hungy.
No one knows about that, okay?
Yet.
Ancestor gods know, Waldo. They know.
Thumgi
Yeah,
will forgive.
Yeah, because dwarves are big on forgiveness.
I
know,
think
right?
you don't get to argue with grudges. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so, is that the discussion for about what happened? Will you be going off to the land of Nod?
Yeah, I'll be heading off to bed after I say that anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
Aurelia can't. She has to wait until 4 a.m. before she goes to sleep. So she's just pissed alone on a table.
I'll probably,
Most likely.
seeing that Aurelia stays up, I'd probably stay down so at least she isn't drinking alone. Not
You're gonna be
all the way
fucked
till
tomorrow.
4. Yeah, I'll be fucked
I'm gonna
tomorrow,
just
but
see them sticking around. I'm just gonna look at the barman and I'm like, come on, just let the poor girl sleep.
I just look over to toss her 2 gold and point at
Jesus
Point-
fucking Christ.
a cask and then point at Aurelia.
Fucking hell!
Yeah,
Right,
maybe
there's a difference between spending money on whores and spending money on drink. Because drink is nowhere near gold fucking...
she takes
I'm
the 2 gold and
I'm
she
just gonna
nods.
I'm just gonna look at the bar girl and I said, I'm sorry, I tried.
2 more drinks are brought over.
As
For
And
the
then I
party
say-
or not.
we'll be fine now. You go to bed.
Yeah, Livia's just gonna go to bed. Try to get up relatively early to take a bath.
Yeah, gotta take a bath before tomorrow if we're gonna be attending a ball.
A long bath, I might add. And some
Long shower
place,
TM.
and someone to launder the clothes before she gives them back.
Yeah.
I think we're setting a theme here with with borrowing clothing.
Did anyone see a brown stain on Olivia's clothing?
I'm pretty sure she changed.
I could have sworn I saw something.
Nobody rolled perception. Nobody rolled perception. Fuck off.
I mean, Ragnar rolled perception when you shat yourself.
Can we fucking go to sleep?
Damn it.
Mention it at your own peril, dwarf.
So a number of you go to sleep. Some of you stay up for longer, but eventually sleep takes you. Everyone regains a fortune point, first off.
Finally!
Lucky charms
I'm back
are
on -1.
recharged for
Oh,
the
shit,
use of fortune point re-rolling.
I just realized something.
What's that?
We have to attend a ball tomorrow, and I'm fucked up.
Oh yeah, you haven't healed.
See, when you'll find out. It's okay. You'll find out. So, in the morning, for those of you who woke up early to have a bath or to wash, to prepare themselves, nothing much really changes. You have a peaceful and quiet morning. However, by about
you
10
regain
o'clock...
1 HP when you sleep, right?
Yes, you regain 1 HP. When it gets to about 10:30, when the rest of the party stirs from their slumber to have breakfast, you would all notice that there seems to be a commotion going on outside.
Oh boy, more witch hunters.
Ragnar will probably kind of
Carla's
groan
definitely
loudly.
I'm still here. Don't worry.
Carla's going out to investigate? Was that?
Yeah, most certainly.
I'm
Okay.
dressing myself, making sure I'm covered, and then going out.
I mean, of course, Carla also dresses herself. Like, we can't have her right name.
You just
Like,
hear it.
I have a church status to uphold, you know?
It is a
Okay.
muggy day, just to inform you. The clouds are
Don't you mean
covering.
foggy?
No, muggy.
Okay, so
It's hot
I'll not
and
be covered.
it is hot. Summer is approaching. Spring has passed, or we're in summer. It looks as if there may be a storm coming, as the clouds are quite low. Hang on. Yeah, quite low, but it's still, the sun has warmed up, and it feels very warm in the city today. And with all the manufacturing going on, the air feels very close and filled with shit, basically.
Yeah, you just hear a very groggy and angry dwarf shout, "Shala!" as he hears all the commotion. It's like, I want to sleep, god damn it.
And so you wake up everyone else.
Yeah.
As soon as Aurelia wakes up, she'll go take a nice warm private bath.
Well, you went to bed at 4, so I imagine you're not getting up before 9, at the very least.
Yeah, no. This is probably later. Yeah.
Okay, so as I said, about 10:30, there's a commotion going on, and Carla goes out, and Casper, to investigate. You can see that there is a large group of people at C7, which I can't in the square. But as you get over there, they appear to be congregating there. But whatever's happened has happened further down, towards C41.
I'm just gonna
Oh.
I'm just gonna tap like one of the people on the shore and like, so what does this say? Another flogging?
Oh, by Sigmar, no, something much worse. This shouldn't happen. I don't know what the guards are thinking. They must do something about this. This is terrible. You must go and do something. Noticing your garb, she does step back and, well, perhaps this is a job for a priest of Sigmar, perhaps.
What?
I'm gonna start pushing my way through the crowd.
Sure. As you get towards
Seeing
C41.
as this person is very unhelpful, I'm just gonna follow Caspar.
No,
Sure.
continue with Carla and if she has something else to say.
I mean, no, this person is literally unhelpful, so...
You get to C41 around the back of the Four Seasons coaching house here. You get behind their horse barns and you look down Commercial Way. About a third of the way down, you see that guards have created a perimeter around what you can only describe as just an utterly gruesome sight. As you peer down, you can see a body staked onto a cross in the middle of the ground. Red is all you see. He doesn't seem to have any distinguishing features from where you are, but you are both at a little bit further. You're at 41. He's a bit further down. But just covered, just red is all you can see.
I'm gonna walk up to the guard cordon.
Okay.
I'm gonna come with Carla.
As you get up to the guard cordon, the two of you, you get a better sight at this disgusting sight.
Is this
It's
our charlatan,
clearly-
or what's left of him?
It's clearly a person, but they have no skin. The skin has been completely peeled away.
Male or female?
Yes.
You would be
Because
able
we
to
should
tell
still-
that it's male.
Oh.
The face is locked, the jaw seeming to be held in a position of just tormented agony. The eyeballs are gone, the digits removed on all the other limbs except from on one hand. Where Casper, you notice that the last knuckle on the end of the left of the pinky is removed.
Morse embrace.
Well, I guess we won't have to worry about hunting him down.
Can you two give me a perception roll with a -30, or you can give me a read lips test with a +10.
Don't have lip reading.
I don't think I have lip reading either.
Oh shit!
Would I have been able to follow him?
You're not. Unfortunately, you're not there, and you didn't say that you were there way back.
Yeah.
So currently, you're still
Okay.
at the bar having your breakfast, or you're just waking up from Ragnar shouting for everyone to be quiet. So Carla and Caspar, as you look round, the noise of the people behind you, you try and drown it out as you can see two guards closest to the body. You strain and try and hear what they're saying. Oh, that's just what happens, isn't it? I reckon it's just some criminal scum, pissed off another gang, maybe. This is just a sign. They didn't go much further out of the shanty town, so we're only just in North Docks. I mean, what do you reckon? Yeah, no, I reckon you're right there. We don't need to bring this up with anyone in particular, do we? No. I think this is just a set case and done. It's just a disgusting murder. There's no need to bring anyone else in. Do you think? Yeah, no, I think you're right there.
Excuse me, gentlemen. It still calls that you call for a priest.
Oh, well, yes, you're quite right there. Yes, you're quite right. We were just cordoning off the area and examining to see what we should write in our reports. But you are right. You're in priestly robes, aren't you? Or are you still an initiate?
No, I that's the disparity because mechanically I'm already a priest. Like I'm
Okay.
in the priestly career.
No, that's fine. You were. When you got your vision from Moore, they were like, well, she's no longer an initiate. Raise her up
Just promote her to shut her up.
instantly.
Hush promotion.
Well, yes, we would have, of course, informed one of the priests about this. But now that you're here, we don't need to, do we now? Although we will, he turns to one of the other guards, two of the other guards, and sends them off to different areas. One of them is the Temple of Moor, and one of them is to the guard post.
When did you find him like that?
Oh, he's been here a while now, but we imagine he was probably put here, you know, maybe like 6 in the morning. We got reports from some of the people around here at about 9:30 that there was something with a cloth over it. You can see now that there's a cloth on the floor, covered in blood. Some children pulled the tarp off when they saw the. Kind of shrugs, and don't really have much more information.
Most unfortunate that such a thing happened in
I'm,
such a great city.
I'm going to lean over to Carla. Do you think we could convince him to let us go approach the body?
And I was correct, they probably let me. I don't know about you.
I might be able to pass myself off as an assistant or servant.
Guys just stood there looking at you two.
I do have a silver tongue, of sorts.
You look like many things, but an initiate of more you most certainly do not.
Oh no, I'm not an initiate. Just a servant.
Carla would make her way closer to the body. Did they try to stop me?
Sorry, what do you want to do? Like I said, we're gonna get a wagon and some rags, some cloth, and wrap it up and take it down. I mean, we could take it, put it on the floor, but what else do you really want to?
Gentlemen, the murder looks quite gruesome, and it is my holy duty to make sure it is merely a murder.
You two would hear the sounds of horses neighing and whinnying most ferociously.
I'm gonna back the fuck out. I'm just gonna, just as they're talking, slip slowly into the crowd and. Can I try and see the rumor?
Sure. Well, what rumor do you want to try and seed?
Haven't thought this through yet.
So you fall back into the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back.
Okay. Carla, you both hear the sounds of neighing and whinnying. Well, what do you want to? I mean, I suppose if you want to have a look at it, you can. It's not my place to stop a member of the the priestly order.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Oh fuck! I forgot to do something. Okay.
Carla, as you approach, moving through the guards, going towards the body, you see 3 figures on 3 black horses. Their horses stop
With pointy
suddenly.
hats, presumably.
With pointy hats. The lead one turns to you and, "Do not touch that! This area stinks of the smell of heresy. That is evidence." He gets off of his horse, flying back his
Coat?
duster style coat, as it flaps down. He spins off of his horse. Excuse me, priest of Moor. I do not mean any disrespect, but I would very much like to examine this clear defilement before it is disrupted by your cleansing ways.
But of course, Master Witch Hunter. I merely wish to ensure that there is no stink of, and I whisper to his ear, necromancy at play.
He kind of gives a small gasp as you say that and covers his mouth and if I should hope not. This is just, we could not allow such a thing, not in this city. No.
Agreed. And
He-
it is both of our duty to ensure it is so.
He walks closer to the corpse in his high-top leather boots. He looks around at the city almost with a bit of disgust and then turns his gaze upon the corpse, removing his hat and holding it to his chest. Yes, this. He begins to sniff and waft the smells from the corpse to his nose as he... This has the foul stench of corruption. Stand back, out of the way, guards. This is... What is this? He lifts the man's head with his index finger curled round, so it's just his knuckle raising it up. The eyes removed. Mortis, note that down. You see one of the other supposed witch hunters, who you didn't notice him get down off of his horse, and as he steps around, you notice that his saddle is raised up. A lot of padding on there. As you look round, you see the pointy hat, but at the moment it's at your eye height. You look down to see a quite short man wearing quite large boots that have a very large heel, before you realise that... Is he a tall halfling?
He's a dwarf.
I did not realize that halflings could become witch hunters.
Yes, my lord. I have noted it down from wherever he has pulled a quill that seems quite fine. It has a silver tip and a small silver compartment behind the tip. He writes in a very elegant script. No eyes. Yes, stink of heresy. As he is so much smaller than you, you can clearly see that he's written heresy in capital letters.
Capital, yep. Good.
And
very
underlined.
intelligent.
The guards who were forming a perimeter have now turned inwards, and they kind of look with shock. This is clearly the work of evil in Nuln. He looks round to the crowd. You must be vigilant. You must look out for your neighbours. Who here in the crowd knew this man? He looks out at the crowd and he lifts the head up so the crowd can see the head. We don't know! He's got no fucking skin! I've never seen anything like it! A few of the older ladies in the crowd faint. Come now. Surely one of you knows this wretch. Blank
Yes,
faces, just blankness stare back at him.
Carla would just come. It is odd that he would have that they left one of his hands untouched, save for one finger. Most curious indeed.
Yes. He moves away from the crowd. He sneers at them for a moment as if they are all heretics. hiding the truth. But he turns around and, yes, it is. They have flayed the skin and removed the digits. The eyes are gone. Note that down. The small, presumably halfling, begins jotting down and underlining again. Well, perhaps it is a sign that he was the right hand, and the right hand removed the ditch. Yes, one knuckle is gone. That could mean many things. The occultists and those who would bring evil into being. Yes. Note that down. Bringing evil into being. There may be a deeper corruption here.
They're definitely not church sanctioned.
Oh
That's a
my
good
god,
line,
I'm scared
Ollie.
of these fuckers.
That's a
Worst
good
part
line, I'll
is
use it
they
later.
probably are.
Fucking circus troupe of witch hunters.
This is where we end up
It's
in a
a
fight
fuck-
with them and they wreck our shit.
It's a bunch of fucking trainees or
I
something.
mean, they're really fucking stupid, but like hashtag live goes.
Mordus, note down that the left... Was it the left hand or the right hand that you cut, Casper?
Yes.
Note that the right hand, the pinky, is missing its knuckle and has been left. It may be a sign. Yes, it may be a sign. This could be a new cult that has sprung up. I will...
The Brotherhood of Knuckles.
Guard,
Of the
take
levels.
take this cretin back to your post, and I will examine it later with more delicate means. Mordis, get the tools and the instruments
Oh fuck.
and devices.
If you would allow me, Master Witch Hunter, I would like to be present.
I am deeply sorry, but the invasive things that I will be doing to this poor wretch would definitely defile your opinion of my work. Yes, you will.
At least it's honest about it.
You would be better off not witnessing what my devices can. I could inform your order if you like. He almost has a hungry note in his eyes when he says that to you, and his features. He's quite a tall, slim man, dressed to look like a witch hunter in
Yeah, they're
a lot of
definitely
finery.
freelance.
But his mannerisms are off, and he doesn't present any symbols of religion outwardly.
Fuck's sake.
His face is quite handsome yet gaunt, as if he has seen something, or he's spent a long time devoted to something, and it's put a lot of strain on his features, and you can see where wrinkles are now forming, and he's at least late 20s, early 30s in age.
So definitely a delusional zealot without church sanction.
Possibly. But yes, I could deliver a report to your order. To you personally, perhaps, priest.
Carla of Siegfried Hoff.
Raymond O'Neill of the world. He grasps your hand and shakes it with vigor.
Quite an unusual name in the Empire, Master Witch Hunter.
To be truthful, I was born to travelling folk. Didn't really have a province. Thus the world.
Oh, living on the road is something I am familiar with.
Sometimes easier not having roots when your work takes you all over. Never get homesick for anywhere. Anyway, I will leave a report for you personally, Priestess Carla.
Thank you, Master Witch Hunter.
He gives you a bow and treats you very as if he's talking to a noble and dealing with a
he's
noble.
definitely not church sanctioned. Because if he was a legit Templar, he would be fucking spitting all over me.
He tells the guard to remove the body and to take it to their outpost. His two assistants remount their horses. As he mounts his, he looks over at the crowd. Remember this. Darkness can be found in any man's or woman's heart. It is for all of us to look inwards and point out the heretic. And he points to people within the crowd. Randomly, it seems. Casper, his gaze falls upon you. And know that I will hunt down this darkness within Nuln. And I will stop it at the root. And then he gets his horse to rise up, whinnying and neighing before turning around and rushing up off into Nuln.
As everyone disperses, I'm just gonna catch Caspar, and well, apparently he was very stupid. The charlatan, I mean. And between you and me, something tells me they're not Templars of Sigmar.
Are you sure?
I may be relatively new to the priestly ways, but I'm pretty sure a witch hunter of Templar of the Order of Sigmar would not treat me with as much politeness as this man did. Not to mention O'Neill. What kind of name is that? That's not Reichspiel.
Oh god.
Besides, his assistant? Tell Halfling? Halflings can't really become witch hunters, I don't think.
Hey, that is racist. Just because they steal and rob and are greedy little fuckers that don't feel.
Have you seen a halfling priest?
No, but now I really want to.
Agreed, that would be hilarious.
Let's get some spare robes and go find one.
If you're thinking about dressing a halfling hooker.
I didn't say hooker, but that's going to make things a lot easier in finding one.
Buy, a small set of robes, place a pie on them. And then just...
Carla's just gonna start laughing. I don't know how we got here, truly, but part of me is intrigued. Let's get back to the tavern before tell the others. I suppose Aurelia should be less angry now?
I'm just going to mutter to myself that we're totally doing this after the ball. We're going to get everyone shit-faced. We're going to go out there, fucking buy a halfling hooker and dress up as a priest. Oh, fuck.
Okay, so you get back to moving through the crowd, which is dispersing as the corpse is covered and put away. A wagon comes to take it. There are murmurings through the crowd of like, who the fuck was that? And why was he pointing at us? And no one seems to know him. He doesn't seem to have any renown around him. You get back to the bar.
Ooh, fuck was
I'm
that?
just gonna find Aurelia and I'm just gonna sit next to her and I'm gonna say, "Your man's dead."
Isn't Aurelia in the bath?
If I can find
Not by now.
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
The thing
I
is-
walk into the bath, like plump myself in a tub. He's dead. Just don't even disrobe myself, just in the robes. Dead.
Casper is very intrigued. I'm not saying he's following, but
At least not following.
I mean,
Yes.
if Aurelia's not immediately available, I'm just gonna go up to whoever's nearest.
The thing is, Irela is getting a full night's sleep, so 8 hours. It was 4, so she'll be up at 12.
No, fair. I'm just gonna sit by Ragnar then, I suppose, because Ragnar seems to be my bro in this. Oddly enough, Cosper seems to be starting to be my bro, which feels weird, given that I should probably still not maybe kill him.
Am I
Hey.
done bathing yet?
Oh yeah.
I should probably go bathe too, to be fair, so I'll go do
Yeah.
that.
So yeah,
And
no,
you-
maybe everybody should just go bathe and reconvene later. Also, just
And
give
yeah.
me a moment. I'm gonna be right back.
Sure, you can
Go
all
ahead, Jim.
bathe, you can all wash and prepare yourselves.
Do we know when the auction or all is?
No.
Probably in the evening.
I think we
Humperdinck
get
is
summoned like last time. Like, he just showed up, remember last time? On the fucking horse and cart.
yeah, you're basically meant to just stay in the tavern and he'll turn up and be like, "Ah, I am here. It is time to go."
Okay, all Mike,
That's-
on the phone.
Just how he kind of is.
Eat this.
Oh, fuck. Honestly.
So you all wash, bathe. Is there anything you want to discuss before Humperdinck arrives?
I do have some stuff to do. I need to check on Carla and Blackhand.
How long have we got till he shows up? Do we know, or
You have
We
no
don't.
idea. You just know that you have to be in this pub until he turns up.
So yeah, I'll wait till Carla and Blackhand are done bathing, and then, just look after their wounds. And I need to look after my plant pot, because you still haven't told me they have to take root.
So what's happening?
Oh,
now?
yeah. Plant pots.
We're getting bait ready for Humperdinck to show up, and in the meantime, the people who are hurt will get healed
Oh, that's good.
while
because
we're waiting.
I need to heal.
Me too.
And I don't have heal supplies. I need to buy them after the ball. There's a
Ragnar's
few
probably
things I
doing
have to
this.
buy after the ball.
Ragnar's doing the student thing of sleeping as long as humanly possible.
Livia, you're not entirely sure if you're going to have enough time. Everyone stayed up rather late last night. You want to have a wash. You want to have something to eat. By the time Casper and Carla get back, it's probably about 11 o'clock. And you only know that Humperdinck's going to turn up and want you to go. So you're not in. It's up to you if you want to go off and water the plants and try and get back in time. But with the healing and getting ready.
Yeah, the plants can wait.
Okay.
They aren't as important. The wounds.
Kind of priestess are we?
So I got one success. Or Carla, I suppose.
2 degrees because you get 1 and 1 for succeeding.
Fuck.
So that's how much? How many wounds? 2?
1d10.
So I need to roll a d10 then.
And I'm gonna use my lucky charm to reroll that.
You do have a fortune point restored.
Hey, that brings me back to.
Oh, okay.
That overheals
Use
me.
that.
I'm back at full wounds now. Thank you.
Because
Also, as a reminder, you only need to use a poultice if you're heavily injured.
Yes.
Okay,
I
there we
believe
go.
that's correct. I was going to say something, but I can't remember what it was. Never mind, can't be important. So 1d10 for Ragnar as well, I believe.
Black hand.
Sorry, Black
Black
Hand.
hand. Racist.
Actions in my culture.
Black Hand, do you want to roll a 1d10 to see how much health you restore?
Alright, I somehow understood Livia.
What?
Okay, 1d10 please. You regain 3 wounds.
I'm now at 50% health.
Nice.
Welcome to the world of the one that got shit on.
Actually, I think that was Livia.
After after your elf applies some healing goodness to you two, you have a couple of hours. No, you have about an hour of preparing yourselves, getting ready, moving things around, making sure that your stuff is polished before a cart arrives outside. Well, not a cart, a coach arrives outside, and Melius von Humperdinck steps out. In all of his grandeur, as usual, his stomach being, as you know now, pushed out and inflated by the items that he wears. His typical swagger of left to right is back as he makes his way into the tavern. He doesn't pronounce himself as much this time, but as he comes in, he gestures to the barman, and a bottle of your best stuff on that table there. And bring a load of glasses and ales and whatnot. And he just throws a coin purse over to the barman, which lands on the bar and then skids off and lands on the floor.
They did relieve the poor fucking girl who.
No, they did.
Yesterday.
It's a barman. The barman.
I mean,
but
like,
yesterday we were being served by a
bar
in
girl.
the night. Yeah.
I did give her 2 gold, ask for a keg, and then tell her to go to sleep.
She's asleep. She's asleep.
Good.
Gather round. I have news. We have more of a plan in action now.
Okay. Also, as soon as Uriah sits by the table, I'm just gonna look at her tongue. He's dead. They found him this morning.
Who's dead?
Rel's gonna raise a single eyebrow.
Skinned. No eyes. Funnily enough, they left the right hand intact, save for one finger. Unfortunately, the absolutely not real witch hunters intervened.
Riley still looks.
I like his hat though. That was a very fancy hat. I kind of want one now.
I'm sorry. Whose eyes are gone and hand in?
Distraction, my lord.
Oh, he fills his glass up with the bottle and takes a decent sip of it before spitting it back in the... Come on, man! Something better than this. Surely, I gave you good bloody coin. The man kind of looks a little bit sheepish and kind of still not really with it, goes down into the cellar and comes back with something coated in dust. Ah, yes, that's much better.
I'm just gonna look at Ragnar. I think you've been spoiling him.
Look,
What?
wait. Did you
The
say
Marquis.
Ragnar? Because
Yeah.
Ragnar's still asleep.
Oh.
You haven't woken him up.
I'll go get Ragnar.
Okay.
I mean,
Aren't we
I
one
did
down
drink
here?
a entire casket, entire barrel yesterday.
Even
Didn't feel it.
after, even after Carla tells Aurelia that the charlatan that is dead, Aurelia had a full night's sleep, a private bath, and now she heard that the charlatan is dead. She's still a bit angry.
So that was stupid of him to come back. I mean, he literally told us that if he grasses, he's dead, and yet he
I-
comes back.
Don't think he had a choice, and also,
Well,
Lord
he had a
Humperdinck is
choice,
here.
clearly. But
He didn't
chose
really.
very
I mean, that
poorly.
carriage was waiting for him. The way
Was
it looked.
it?
Wait,
Huh. Wait, there
Ragnar's
was a
asleep.
carriage?
Well, he got jumped.
Ah.
That's not what the tracks indicated. The tracks indicated that he just simply followed into the cart out of his own volition.
No. There's no. Sorry.
Or is it the other
So,
way around?
The cart
I may have
tracks
confused.
are, for the most part, going up either the left or the right, whereas foot traffic was going through the middle. It looked as if two people had gone one either side of him and just picked him up. That's why his tracks disappeared. But you had looked down and could see that there are tracks that are new from a cart being pulled. And, well,
Gotcha.
where else could he have gone?
I just got confused because you said there was no signs of combat, and he could. I mean, going from the middle of the run into the cart also wouldn't leave.
He had 4 health. No, he had 3 health by the time you guys were done with him. So he couldn't really fight. They just picked him up and put him in the cart.
Yeah. Okay, then sorry. Rat
And no
that's
weapons
what
as
it
well.
was.
And no weapons.
He had a better roll. Anything's a weapon if he can fucking muster enough strength.
You'd rather just take a sip of the ale that Humperdinck came with.
Do you inform Humperdinck about what the hell is going on and has been going on?
Might be a good
No.
idea to tell him. Actually, yeah, I think Aurelia
Where
will.
do we begin?
Begin with the quest description.
So I'm not going to have you tell him everything that's been going on. That would take far too long. If you want to inform him what you've been up to, just say, look, we tell him everything that's happened, except this, or we tell him everything that's happened.
I would say we don't tell him until everything's finished, because until
Yeah,
we get...
let's not, because that's a breach waiting to happen.
No, we do want
Okay.
to bring it in. He'd be absolutely fucking stoked to piss on another noble's leg.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck you,
the
right,
thing is-
yeah.
Especially that guy.
He would love to.
Yeah, fuck it. We're gonna
Do it.
drag this guy to the
Tell
mud.
everything,
Mm,
but in the bridge version.
so, Lord Humperdinck, what what opinion do you hold of certain marquis of the grand city of Nuln?
So to speed up what's going on, are you going to tell him, just agree to tell him everything, so he can then tell you what his thoughts are? Or do you want to go piecemeal, see what the waters are like with him?
I mean, Carla would definitely name drop the Marquis de los Manutori Alayamas.
See
Fuck
what
if
the
I can
story
pronounce
will-
that.
If
De
people already
Rosa
said,
Ramirez.
if people
The
said
Marquise Del
Morales.
Losa Magnatore Alemas.
If people start telling him, but don't tell him everything, Irela will just go ahead and tell him everything.
Okay, so he sits with his bottle of fine wine. Drinks have been brought for the rest of the table, ales in the most part. But it seems as if you can ask for almost anything and they'll bring it
Can
over.
I get a mini biscuit?
No. You're talking to your boss here. Do you really want to be sat there with a keg on his dime? Just when he
feel like-
wants you for something. So he sits there and drinks half of his wine, taking in what you tell him and the stories and what you've seen whilst been working in Nuln. So he knows about the rat men. He knows about the quest to stop, to catch a charlatan, and he knows what you've learnt so far from said charlatan.
And then I was about to examine the body, but those damn fake witch hunters appeared and ruined everything.
Well, it seems as if you are doing far more than what was to be expected of you. I had thought you would be sat on your laurels for the most part, but it's interesting what you've been up to. As for the things down below, yes, I know of them. I have dealt with them before. Unfortunately, that has more to do with politics than anything else. You know, trade must go on, and trade only happens when the citizens are at ease. As for the Marquis della Lossa Mantori, he is a disgusting piece of human excrement, but he is also has the ear of the Countess. So it saddens me to say this, but you'll have to back off of him. Unless you can find solid proof. If you poke the bear, if you poke the bear's mother while she has cubs and they are hungry, that is what you will be doing, tampering with the Marquis. As I said, if you can get concrete evidence, then I would assist in any way that I can, but I, at the moment, cannot bring fire and brimstone down on a man who technically I am in competition with for the Countess's attention.
And
You
true,
could just
we were
remove.
hoping that we could have used the witch hunters in that regard, but
I have no idea.
alas, they have turned out to be rather not witch hunters.
None of the nobles are talking of any witch hunters that have been brought in. Normally, if it was a noble family, they'd boast about it. We get some members of the clergy coming in from time to time, our sponsored meal, you know, as it goes. And none of them have boasted, and they do like to boast about the power that they can bring to the table.
Templars of Sigmar, they most certainly are not.
What if we were to
I mean,
eliminate
bloody
your
hell, they have a
competition?
halfling in the retinue.
Ha! Do they really? I may have to go and
I
find them to
think
have a laugh.
It is either a very tall halfling or a quite literally a child.
I suppose it could be. I may have a
A little
look for
padding
him.
on the saddle. I believe their leader introduced himself as Raymond O'Neill of the World.
Never heard of him. He drinks some more of his wine before taking out a cigar from his coat pocket and cutting the end off and lighting it. Well, it does seem quite the problem you have here. Like I said, I can't assist at the moment. If you get evidence, then of course. But For now, we must focus on other matters, I'm afraid. For a start, tonight you'll all be joining me as my guests and protection. Shit, I had the name, there it is. At the Golden Hammer. I would like to present you and to the other nobles and have you seen. This will be a moment for you to meet some of the higher-ups of Nuln, to gain their grasp and the weight of them. There are a number of nobles there who will be buying items at the auction. If you can mingle with them and learn anything, it could be of use. But of course, I'm not demanding it of you. It's just if you have the charisma and able to do so.
Humperdinck, it's fellowship in this system.
Silence. For one, Caspar, you will not be robed as you are. I can arrange for you all to stay at the Golden Hammer. For at least a night, I suppose. At least a night of opulence for you all. But yes, I will be expecting you all on best behavior, but by all means, indulge. Just keep in mind who your allies are and who your enemies will soon be. Once the auction starts, there'll be stiff competition for certain items. I'm hoping that no problems arise where one of my items will become more valuable than what it should be, but we will see.
I suppose we should dress our best then.
Yeah, we should step out and probably acquire better attire.
Oh, nonsense. I have dress uniforms for you all. You'll be in the colours, but of course, no armour will be allowed. You will be, of course, expected to bring at least one main weapon, one side arm that can be replaced for a shield if you wish, but they will not be on your person. The side arm may remain, as only if it is of fine quality. Ranged weapons, whilst allowed, their ammo will be taken from them. It will be moved around by a servant, so if anything should happen, the servant will hopefully, as long as they are of decent mind and wit, will bring you your ammunition or side arms or whatever else. But obviously you cannot go arming assassins and leaving them run be with all of their devices. No, that would not do. But yes, I have fine suits for you all to wear. Uniforms, dress uniforms. They are most spectacular. You'll be very, very impressed. I've had the finest of Nuln preparing these items.
You said fine 3 times.
Really,
Of course.
Really will look at Humperdinck. Dress uniforms and no armor, you said?
What about hats?
Do you get a fancy hat?
Well, I hadn't
support
really.
this notion.
I hadn't really thought about hats, I suppose. I'll have the one made up next time. For the auction or for... oh, yes. So, on the 11th, as long as the Duchess does not change her mind like she is prone to doing, he gives a wide smile at that. On the 11th, Black Powder Week will start. During that time...
You hear a sigh coming from Livia's direction.
During that time, the auction will take place. I don't know exactly when. It may just be that that the Duchess has not decided yet, which is entirely within her rights, of course. But that is when we will be doing the main business. Why we came here, why I came here. You came for your own reasons. Money probably being number one, but anyway. Are there any questions on the task at hand?
2.
What's it with our what does the dress count as armor, and what's the weight?
No, there's no armor. It's a dress uniform. So there's no armor in this one.
Yeah, it's
Be
not like the
really
padded one we had
fancy.
before. Yeah.
No, this is much fancier.
Yeah, no, it's supposed to look fancier. It's not like the one we got before.
I don't think I'm gonna be wearing a uniform then.
I'm sorry, what?
Clothes.
I'm pretty sure I have stuff that is far, far better than whatever he gives me.
I
Bring it
should
up.
bloody well go and get it. Go on.
Also, sorry.
Go.
that was out of character, but
No. Go and get your finery, elf.
Rather was saying, I'm not gonna be wearing your uniform. I'm sorry, I have something for this occasion.
I don't fucking think so. I have invested time, money, and effort into these things. But what finery do you bring to the table then?
Elven finery.
How will you mark yourself out to be one of the war band of Melius von Humperdinck?
It really was staring him dead in the eyes, saying, "I'll be by your side the entire evening."
Clearly not good enough. Clearly not good enough. You will.
Emilius,
So
why have a member of the warband when you can have a stunning concubine?
Ireli's gonna stare you.
Carla's
Well,
just looking
Definitely.
at Caspor.
I suppose. I mean, it. That would an elf concubine, you say? I mean, that. He looks at you. That could work very well, actually. I mean, it would cause issues with you
I'm gonna
fighting.
get stabbed in my sleep.
I'm just gonna look at Aurelia. Remember, he still pays you your bills.
Ireli's gonna look at Humperdinck. You call me a concubine in front of all your friends. I'm gonna start costing you 1,000 thrones.
Well, then wear the bloody dress. Wear the bloody uniform. You haven't even seen it yet. It's marvelous. It's spectacular. You'll be amazed. I can guarantee you that.
I'm going to show Humperdinck the. Actually, this stuff would probably be upstairs in my room, tucked away. So I'm not gonna show him anything. I'm gonna show him the mask. The mask is with me, and she's gonna put a best quality mask on the table, and she's gonna say, everything I have looks better than this."
Oh yes. Very, very, very nice, I suppose. Quite well worked, but where's the flair? I mean, it's one thing to buy high quality goods, but you've added no extras to it. Where are the jewels and the diamonds, the emeralds, the flair? And also, you can't wear this into the golden hammer. I mean, it's the golden hammer for throne's sake. I mean,
Ira's just gonna shake her head. "No, Humperdinck, this is just a mask. I'm telling you, this mask, which is of the highest quality in existence. The dress I have looks better than this. You will see."
Oh fuck!
I suppose, yes, that brings the question. Should I be in a dress uniform and in my priestly vest?
I have made arrangements for that. Don't you worry. He looks quite excited as he says.
Most curious and at the same time most worried.
Don't get me wrong. It's probably not the ideal thing to be wearing into the temple, but it will show your priestly rank and measure, and whilst showing off enough opulence and power
It
to
has ridiculous amount of cleavage, doesn't it?
It is the skimpiest priestly uniform you'll ever see, and I can't wait.
it
Pumping.
all specially designed by the famous clothes designer in Nuln. Don't worry, it's
So yes, it has ridiculous amount of expo. God damn it!
well, no, I would never expose a member of the priestly orders, unless it was to profit me more than the wrath of he gestures to the sky.
Oh, fuck.
This
I would
does not help your case at all.
I would never do such a thing, except from when I would do exactly such a thing.
Precisely what he fucking said.
I would never do such a thing, unless for money.
Money,
Sorry, no, not money.
Also, I don't know why, but now I only imagine Humperdinck as like a fucking Mr. Krabs.
That's basically what he is. Yes.
Money.
Yeah.
Except he pays his employees.
He throws his money around.
These
Yes.
outfits you've had crafted for us, they wouldn't have that god-awful name of our group that you came up with on them.
Of course they have.
But of course, they have embossed braiding, and they even have the symbol and everything. It is most glorious. Each one has 14 rubies embedded in the symbol, and a diamond for the eye. Yes. It is of exquisite make, and I have even been able to afford a purple sash, which is most excellent.
Does have metal lining?
You damn
But-
humans.
No, of course it doesn't have metal lining. This is of silks. This is fine
Metal.
linens.
Metal.
Who do you think I am?
Mithril.
Rich
Any-
noble.
Any Gromrail for us dwarves?
I'm not a nation. I'm
Oh, for crying out. Ragnar, you need to stop thinking about Countess's door.
Oh,
But it's such a fancy door. I
No.
want it too.
This
It's
isn't
not alone.
healthy.
But you're dwarves. Why don't you just ask your dwarven kind for it? Wouldn't that be the easiest method? A lot easier than trying to take it from her bloody door. And I'm not gonna get you any.
unless you want to pay us a lot more, we'd have to go all the way back to my homeland.
I don't bloody want any. This is all you're doing. Anyway, so you will wear the uniforms. Trust me. Wink, wink. And you will all enjoy your time at the Golden Hammer. You will, hopefully.
Who will we expect to see there, and who do you say? Who would you say we need to
Be careful
make
of.
acquaintances with? Make acquaintances with.
Well, I don't know who will be there tonight. It's a Golden Hammer. It's every night, the nobility of Nuln are a strange lot. They take their work seriously from time to time, so there's always a different influx of people at the Golden Hammer. At other cities, just the nobles are always in there, and you can always find them there, but in Nuln it's a little different. I know the Marquis has not visited in quite some time, which is good. Which is very good. I don't know of anyone who has any business with him. He should, technically, hopefully, be busy with the Countess. With
Oh my.
Well, with Black Powder Week coming up and all, don't get me wrong, with Black Powder, she wouldn't sleep with a cretin like that. I mean, trust me.
What we hear, she wouldn't have a choice.
I mean,
Well, she wouldn't sleep with a man like me, and we're similar in some ways, in others, the complete opposite, but she keeps us around because of intrigue and whimsy, and because we bring excitement into her life. Sadly, with his roots being firmly placed within Nuln, he has a heads up on me, but I bring fresh air into her court, which is why I am rumoured to be the favoured.
Mm-hmm.
Did you start these rumors?
Maybe.
Don't worry. I'll spread them around too.
Do you know if the court wizard will be set?
Oh, Bane doesn't normally make an appearance at the Golden Hammer. I can ask him. He might come along.
I'm sure he will be thrilled to come if you will highlight your presence there. And Carla's definitely like stifling a chuckle at that.
Well, I was just wondering if there'd be, someone to talk to.
Oh, there will be many, many people to talk to.
anyone
Hopefully.
interesting?
Well,
What will it work for us?
I mean,
That
how
was
many
basically what I thought.
how many nobles have you spoken to? I mean, especially of
As
Nuln.
of now, only you.
Well, there you go. You'll hear many stories of opulence,
You-
of...
Humans.
The Countess.
Was that really speaking though?
No, does the court wizard count?
Oh, yes.
We don't know.
He's basically nobility and
Oh, okay.
away.
Two. I mean, there was the. No, actually, no. Carla didn't speak with the other guy, the one who was obsessed with luck. She wasn't with you at the time.
I mean, there'll be a large number, hopefully. We'll have to see. I mean, at the very least, you'll have a fine meal. You'll meet a couple of the well-to-do nobles in the area. You may get a bit of information out of them, and this will all benefit when the auction comes.
Smile and
What?
weave.
What do they class as side arms?
A one-handed weapon. If you want to bring a
So-
two-handed weapon, then the servants will hold on to it. That's too much. You can't sit at a table and enjoy a meal whilst you have a bloody great big two-handed sword bulging out the top of your, stabbing into the seat and cutting it. No.
You've clearly never been to any holds, then.
No, sadly not. Sadly not. Maybe one day, though. I'm still young enough to try.
We can't
Really
bring
will-
external entertainment, can we?
External entertainment? I mean, the Golden Hammer should have everything that you could ever want, really. There are a few things.
But do they have a halfling priest?
I knew that
was
coming. I knew it was coming. God damn it.
I
You
was just gonna
know,
facepalm.
I said
No.
that in jest, Caspar.
What's
And I said it in truth that I wish to go get a halfling very, very drunk and dress him up as a priest.
You mean there aren't halfling priests?
I tell
We
you
haven't seen it,
what, by all means,
You
I'm not
humans are
opposed
so
to the
racist.
idea. I'm not opposed to the idea, but I would suggest patience. Wait until you see how the evening goes. If drink flows and hilarity follows, then by all means sneak off and find a halfling and maybe get him to ride on a pig. Maybe
Perfect.
or some other beast of your choosing. But judge the mood. Obviously, if the mood
I
is
give
not
the
right,
Cow in there.
I don't see why not.
You're
This is
just
gonna
getting,
get really weird.
you're just
really
getting
quickly.
dagger eyes from the other short people at this table, I feel.
I'm not fucking making fun of the dwarves, I'm making fun of halflings.
Halflings aren't much shorter than dwarves.
Yeah, but you're not thieving bastards.
Have you seen most dwarfs? Oh. Yeah, just...
Out of character. Dude, stop being racist against yourself.
I'm not, because out of character, I'm not a dwarf. Yeah,
You're
just...
not a dwarf?
No, sadly.
In RL, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So yes, we will all go to the Golden Hammer, where I will register you in. You'll go to your rooms, put on your uniforms, as he looks over at Liliana, and from there on, you will be guests. Just keep an eye out, and you know.
Very well.
Were there any other questions on tonight's events?
How heavy is the dress?
Something addressed to tonight's events.
Master Dwarf, don't worry about the... You won't be keeping the uniforms. No offence, but this is finery that must be kept in delicate places. It cannot just be scruffled up and left in your small room at the 3 Crowns. This must be hung up, left to air dry, and before wearing it, you must allow the winds to caress it, to enable the fabrics to flow more elegantly, and it must obviously smell nice, and you know.
Just a related question to see, well, your purpose here in Nuln in general. What if we were to remove your competition?
You are not suggesting we...
Well, for one, I don't think you could. Or two, if you could, well, you're kind of known to be my warband, so it wouldn't go down very well for me if you just, you know, got rid of him. It's why proof is needed. If the Countess can denounce him and throw him down for crimes against the city of Nuln, then excellent. But if, you know, there's no proof, then there's nothing that can be done. If he were to disappear all of a sudden, I'm sure there are many who would be seen as those who did the deed. Don't get me wrong, he's not a liked man in Nuln. But at the same time, it would not surprise me if he has not put in countless contracts for if he should die unexpectedly, for certain individuals to disappear from this world. I would imagine my name is on it.
I can't imagine why your name would be on it.
Because he's on mine, that's why.
Yeah. Well.
Well, he doesn't have to die. Just needs to let people see.
Wait, can we move on from the marquee? For now.
By all means.
Can I get a pig?
A pig. I'm sorry.
Well, the market,
Are
of
you
course.
drunk?
I mean,
Not yet. I don't know how well I can even get drunk now.
Can you even get drunk?
We shall see tonight.
Wait,
So,
I'm supposed to still hate you.
are there
And you
no
thought
other?
the dragon was gonna lose fun.
Are there no other questions, or are we set to go?
I was in the dragon once already. It was an impression.
I think we're good to go, Humperdinck.
So long as
Excellent.
Just break out the finery, I suppose.
Yes, gather up your finery, any jewellery, any extras like that. By all means, they'll be a most welcome addition.
Actually, Humperdinck, does this ring mean anything to you? And I hand him the ring with the... Oh shit, what is that?
It is a
Oh, it had a
Joker's.
face on it,
It is
didn't
a Joker's mask, half black
Yes.
and half white.
Oh, yes. Loot list, yeah. Gold ring with a mask looks like a Joker.
His face drops. The fuck did you get that?
Our now dead friend had it.
Oh no. That's the sigil of the Marquis's house.
Here we go again.
Riley's gonna look at Livia and then at Casper. And she's just gonna shake her head like, see?
Is this not evidence enough?
I'm gonna slide that back across the table and slip that in my pocket. Just with a smile.
Where did you get that from?
From the charlatan?
from the man who was
The dead man.
Yes,
Dead
the
The now
flayed
dead
man.
who was trafficking women for
And
the
he
Marquis.
left. Oh dear.
He left alive, so
No, no, no.
He left what?
he left us alive, so this is an above average chance he told the Marquis about us.
The corpse was a message.
There was.
He left the hand that you had damaged.
Mm-hmm.
He removed the eyes. You won't see what happens. And I know who did this.
So the message was for us then?
He sits back in his seat. Your attempts to do good may have caused errors. Well,
So, we are now on this Marquis list, yes?
Yes.
I don't know. What, so you stopped him from buying, Livia. I mean, that's illegal by all standards, so
He kidnaps whores and tortures them in his fucking dungeon. Emilius.
Riley, with still her hands clasped, she's just gonna say, "My problem being, you told him your name though, Casper, and you allowed him to leave alive. He doesn't know my face. He knows who Ragnar was.
He knows your
Actually,
face from the
He
first
does
time.
know my
He knew my face.
He actually does know my face. He probably reported me, and I have killed a bunch of his henchmen by now, but besides the point, he left and was able to tell the Marquis everything we did to him and everything we now know.
Who-
That's the price of
So-
being merciful.
So, no. Now, here's what may happen. From what I know of the Marquis, he will see that man as his possession. So, in his mind, we have damaged his possession. We have taken knowledge which is his. If he finds out that you are connected to me, reparations may have to be made, as horrible as idea as that may sound to some of you.
What sort of reparations?
If possible, financial. If not,
And
How about an eye for an eye?
that may be something that he would... I did not know of this. I'll point that out now. And, hopefully, I may have to send word to him of this, but it would not be the worst idea. Obviously, if he knows that you are connected to me, if he attacks you, he attacks me. I was not aware of your actions. You attacked someone who you had been given a quest to capture. It is different if I had known about who he was, if I had been shown the ring before harm had been done to him. I would have been obliged to stop him. I did not, so we may be able to sweep this under the rug with but a mere dash to my reputation, but be to him, so it won't matter too much.
Something tells me that the Marquis will not stand for this, and we should probably expect company. It's not as any of us will willingly hand over the proverbial eye, as it were.
Well, no, you will all be at the banquet tonight. I would highly recommend from now on you wear your uniforms, the ones I gave you before. It denotes you. It says to people that you are connected to me. That does hold weight. Or at least, if they're not smart enough to know who I am, they can see from your uniforms that you belong to a group. A well-funded group. But for now, we shall think upon this, think upon what has happened, and enjoy the luxuries of the Golden Hammer.
What would happen if, for example, the city guard would happen to find out about what's going on in the Marquis
Pay them off.
estate?
As Casper
Probably
said,
not all of them.
well, here's the thing. Protocol would decide, whatever, that they would go up the chain of command. When dealing with a noble, it may jump a few ranks. It may be taken straight to the watch commander himself. And he is
exactly. You don't need to pay off all of them. You just need to pay off the guy at the top.
Exactly. And, you know, I am not ashamed to admit that I have a number of people in my pocket. Should I be caught with illicit cargo, I am able to flex my nobility and so on. I have not done anything of his caliber, at the very least, but it would do little good. If it went to the Countess, I'm sure he could twist the words and show that there is no evidence. I mean, even the ring, he could twist it to make it sound as if it was a fake. As if someone was trying to remove him from his position. Unfortunately, the politics of the upper nobility is a dangerous place to inhabit. Even if you are just minding your own business in that world, it can still lead you to be the ire of someone's wrath.
I'm sure
I mean, I don't know much about your nobility, but he must have many enemies. A man like him.
Oh, but of course.
Many people waiting, just, for a sign of weakness. Something to jump onto.
They are, but he is a man who has insulated himself well against any such attack. There are many nobles who have tried to bring him down over the past 7 years or more. It's part of the noble game as it is, but he has a twisted, calculated, strategic mind. And what he does outside of the noble game, the extremes he goes to, are a reason for other nobles to fear him and not wish to play the game with him, but he enjoys challenge. Any noble, as far as I'm aware, who's stood up against him have been thoroughly stomped into the ground, or had been so humiliated that they have almost disappeared from noble society, preferring to lock themselves in their estates.
Well, I'm sure no matter what happens with him, you'll end up on top, Pumperdink. You always seem to, anyway.
I am much like the proverbial cat that falls from the roof. I always land on my feet, but the damage that is done around me can be quite vast.
I mean, perks of the buoyancy.
A man's grudges always catch up with him in the end.
Is that why you dwarves always seek out the grudges first?
Well,
So you
in
don't
this
have to
case,
face them tired.
in this case, it means the grudges against the man always catch up with him.
Well, then, anyway, we will grab your finery. Yes, headed into the coach. Yes. He finishes off the bottle of the last glass of wine that he had from the bottle, and dropping his finished cigar into the ashtray, into the glass rather. Right, off to the Golden Hammer. You'll be most impressed, most impressed. Trust me. I mean, Carla has seen it already, but once you actually are enjoying it, it is most exhilarating.
I believe my enjoyment could be summarized as, please do not look at our patrons. That is literally what the doorman told me.
But you will be a patron, so you'll be able to look at them. It's fine. It's fine. You won't be a servant this time. You'll be an invited and honourable guest. Yes. As you all leave the Three Crowns and enter into his rather fine coach that he has provided to transport you all. It's quite large, larger than normal to fit everyone in, but there has been an extra seats added. And as you make your way through the city of Nuln, through the gates leading into the noble district and towards the Golden Hammer, the camera zooms out. And that's the end of our episode today.
Woo! We're fucked.
I certainly hope you've enjoyed this episode and are looking forwards to the next one, where we will have the meal in the Golden Hammer, where we will find out more things to happen, and more characters will be introduced and more names will be dropped. So I hope you can all join us then. Take care, everyone, and as always, bye-bye for now.
Hurrah!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.